Okay, hello my lunes. So We on Fire official MV has dropped. Y'all, I was not expecting it to drop today. I don't know why I thought the album was gonna drop the 21st of this month. I don't know who I was thinking because a lot of people were making their comeback this month. So maybe that's I was thinking mistaking them with someone else. But apparently the album's already out. So I was like, okay, well I'll be doing album listening later this week then. But the MV is out. Obviously we know there's gonna be lore in here again. Like I mentioned in the concept trailer and like photos reaction that I did not get to this part of the lore, so I'm gonna be very much out of the dark or in the dark with this, but I am still gonna live for it because again, I love a good lore for especially when it comes to like Anteam for sure. But we're just gonna go ahead and watch y'all, and I'm excited because we already see Nicholas is starting off the MV, and y'all know Nico is my bias, so yeah. Ooh. He got caught. Ooh. Wow. Come on, CGI. Oh, was that Kate? Ooh. Oh, come on. Oh. Oh, Maki. Hey. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Not the cowboy hat coming back. Oh. Ooh, come on, with like freckles. Ooh! Come on, action scenes, y'all. Ooh! Hey! Oh, I like how that hit that part. Ooh, oh, come on, transformation. Ooh. Ooh. I like this little, like, piano part. Ooh. Not the blindfolds again. Ooh, come on, animation. But yeah, it's like basically, I was figuring that it tied in with Going Blind because of like the dust storm that they're in that episode, in the MV for that. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Oh, there's like a whole like extra minute. There's probably gonna be more lore. Ooh. Ame, the rain. Oh, it's like them going to like the funeral, right? Oh. Stop raining. Oh. They're gonna put the what I think they're gonna do. Always. Always. Yep. Yeah, I need to just get back into this. Yeah, I just need to get back into the whole like lore. I keep saying that since they keep dropping like this little segment at the end to remind you, like, oh yeah, like we're on this section, or like we're about to be on this section of the lore with our webtoon. But yeah, honestly, like the song was a lot chiller. Like obviously it was a little bit different than what we've heard from them. Like it's still powerful and very like I would say it's more like very much like more on the bittersweet side, because like it is supposed to be like them kind of going through like the battle of whatever it is, and then like, you know, them losing I guess their main like like leader, or like main like person that was like helping them lead to this whole battle. I'm here missing things, but yeah. So I'm like, okay, so, and then I already had heard snippets of it from like them already, you know, dropping like their challenge for it. So I wasn't super surprised of like what direction they went in, but it is a little bit different than what we have heard of it. But it's still very them. I'm curious to see like what the rest of the album sound like. I think it's Bewitched, and I think there's one more song on there that I forgot. Like obviously Sakuriro Yell is on there too, but I already have heard that song, so they always have to have like a ballad. I'm wondering if they're gonna do the same thing, where the album, like the title track is like the strong one, like strong thing, like a strong title, and then the other two are gonna be like more on the, or one of them's gonna be on the cute side, because they always end up doing that. Like they did that for Going Blind, because they did Wolf Type, and then they did what was the other one for Going Blind? I'm trying to remember, but yeah, I was like, what the heck? I was like, I was not Run Wild. Like those were more like groovy, upbeat songs. So I was like, what the heck? I was very thrown off guard. So I wonder if that's gonna be the same situation with this EP. But overall, like the production has really gone up for sure. Like I feel like they always surprise us when it comes to that. But again, it ties in with the Going Blind concept, like because you know they have the blindfolds in that as well, or they end up with the blindfolds at the end of it. But we also see them in this desert storm like situation, like trying to run from something. So it's like here, I guess they finally like have it's finally caught up to them, and are trying to battle or whatever this force is, and in the process they end up losing someone who was leading them, or like was a leader to them, and was a big like inspiration, or big like factor in them like being able to win, or their drive to be able to like battle it out. So I think that's what it's about. But I think, yeah, you know, when it comes to like the symbolism like fire, you know, because it's about like, you know, keeping that like flame of like passion, basically, like to keep pushing on despite, I guess, any like travesties or anything you like, what you or difficulties you may face. So it's like them basically saying that like even though like we have gone through it, and have like gone through this whole battle, and you know lost someone in the process, we still gotta keep moving on and keep going, because life goes on, and you know like we still have a bigger issue at hand, and that needs to be, obviously you can take your time to grieve, but in the end, like, you know, if you keep moving on and like with like what's like what you know what's in front of you and face it, then you end up like, you know, you'll be fine, and you know you'll be able to kind of come to terms with it, but also kind of just like, you know, move past it, and you progress forward, especially with it there, like, you know, you see them like walking in the rain, and we're assuming, because from the trailer, that it's them like going, or either that they're going, or they just come back from, you know, the burial, or like going to visit the grave. But then you see like the ray of light coming in, basically kind of showing that sign of hope that everything's gonna be okay, and you just kind of have to have faith in a way. So that's the vibe I genuinely got from this MV. But again, I think everyone can have their own interpretation, but that's just the way I took it. But yeah, I kind of want to rewatch it again, just because I feel like I was talking here and there. But again, as far as the song, honestly, it like I said, it does have impact, but I was like, it was a lot more chiller than I thought it was gonna be. But again, I think it's supposed to be that it's kind of bittersweet, I would say, a little bit. Yeah, no, the animation is like, and CGI is like crazy. Well, I mean, it's like a little bit angsty here and there too. Don't Okay, and it's interesting that they're starting off with rapping first, is what it is probably. Oof. I feel like it's giving kind of something Enhypen would do. Like with their newer stuff. That's what it is, I think. Like it turns to like ice instead of that's I love that though. This I love a good, like I said, this little breakdown of like a piano. Oof. I wonder if that's actually gonna be in the song or if it's just like for this. Yeah, like the budget must have been insane for this because like the animation here and then the CGI for that wolf beast thing. See, like there's like chaos going around them, but then there's like one like ray of like light that's like again that ray of like hope. I really do like that. Like Nico is technically like the main character of this, because like as a Nico biased girl, I'm like, yes, I love that. Get your coin, like, you know, have your moment. Yeah, see, like everything seems kind of like depressed, like kind of sad, like kind of hopeless, and then all of a sudden, oh, I didn't realize he had freckles on his face too. Love that. See, there's the ray of hope that the sun will always come after a storm. Yeah, like I said, really great in terms of like the MV concept for sure. Again, I love a good lore. Again, I need to really go back and check out their webtoon. It's just the thing is, like I have mentioned before, that my thing with it is that I don't like the art style. Like the art style is not my favorite. That's the only like drawback I have from the webtoon, but I like the story and everything. So I'm sure like if I had continued on like from where I stopped, I would have definitely been like, oh, like this is from this part and this, like, you know, so I probably would have been able to, you know, tie in a lot more to like in terms of the lore. But you know, I think you can do it that way where you tie it into the lore and it makes sense, but also like again having its own meaning of what you interpret it from, just like what you're seeing like in terms of like visually, and then also like the lyrics of the song. But yeah, again, I'm really excited to see what the rest of the album's gonna sound like. I will be trying to do that sometime this week, hopefully, because it should be an easy one, because obviously I'm just gonna be listening to, I'm not gonna do Sakurito Yell because I already have watched their performance of that. Like I did a whole thing for that and the lyrics, and obviously I already did this one, so it's probably just gonna be the Bewitched, and then I think there's like one more there's one more B-side on here, and then the other two I think are Korean versions of Bewitched, and I think of We On Fire. So, but anyways, I hope you all enjoyed, and I shall see you in the next one.